I'm in the Canary Islands. I'm participating in a race that goes across the Atlantic Ocean on a crew of 6 people. We're going from the Canary Islands and ending in the Caribbean.
I'm gonna go out on the pond, right?
Big grocery haul. We've got a lot of things to buy. Visioning, putting everything away. Hey there.
Oh my god, this is hilarious.
I think we have everything we need. We're like over prepared. We've got pre-cooked meals. We have enough stuff to make meals. Extra treats for treat days. And
Around the corners of your bladder, like this.
Yeah, seeing Fullscape rolling around like that's a little freaky.
had a few mishaps on the boat that we're dealing with.
Oh.
To the boat for the last time. We just had a super eventful start. We are racing. All right, end of day 1. I have never in my life been seasick, but boy was I fucking seasick earlier. One of the lines on our Gennaker sail snapped, sending the head of the sail flying. Super mega hazard. We're overhearing on the radio that there's a boat about 200 miles away named Poppy that is having some kind of serious dilemma. Does not sound good.
Rat with exhaust. That's my guess, but I don't.
First sunrise of the trip.
Roll in the lazy Jim sheet a little.
Day 2. Last night was intense. Gusts peaking at about 37. How high do you think the seas were? 10 to 15 foot seas.
Which I just don't like the look of it.
Day 3. We finally found our rhythm. All is well. Alright, day 4. The wind picked up midday. We just tried to fly the bomber again and it did not go well.
And I begun.
Day 5 and 6. Yesterday we sailed all day and night through a series of squalls. So far we've gone about 800 miles. We have 1,900 more miles to go. Had some issues with our water maker. We have decided to take a more northern route. The rest of the fleet has gone further south, sticking to our course, which is the shortest distance to the Caribbean. In a few days we'll know if that decision will pay off. Day 7 and 8. It was extremely hot, so some of our crew suffered from fatigue and headaches. Dead zone after dead zone. The forecast is predicting that in 24 hours we're going to hit a pretty significant storm. We are just preparing the ship. Strategy-wise, we're still pretty far north compared to the rest of the fleet. Once we catch the tail end of this storm, hopefully we'll make some progress. Day 9, really hoping this storm materializes soon. We've been in the doldrums for about 4 days now. We've been running the propeller to get through this dead zone. A few hours ago, the engine died. For it to die at this particular location, we literally couldn't be physically further from anything able to get it back up and running. And luckily we have a bunch more spare parts. As much as we want the wind, the doldrums are so beautiful. Day 13, the storm that we were chasing, a storm that was supposed to last 24 hours, actually lasted 72. It made absolutely no difference in our ranking, but at times the boat felt overpowered. Simple tasks like cooking and cleaning became nearly impossible, so our living quarters just deteriorated, which led to an all-time low crew morale. We were just getting ragdolled through giant, mean, angry swells. We put ourselves in a potentially catastrophic scenario. You had to be hanging on at all times. There was a huge potential for someone to get hurt. Tried to run the engine. Oil in our engine is contaminated, so we cannot run the engine. The crew is just completely exhausted. None of us have really had any proper sleep.
We got water in the oil through the dry exhaust during a storm. That's the engine oil. It looks like a chocolate milkshake right now. So we were able to pump that out very slowly. Took us about 3 hours. We don't have enough oil to do a second oil change, so cross our fingers, that'll be it.
If you just hold on to the boat, then I can get in.
Are you ready?
Day 16, we finally have some wind. We are very, very grateful for this wind. We are in hardcore conservation mode because we only have about 8 hours of fuel left in the tank, so we need to sail the rest of the way there, and we have 500 miles left.
Prikkels die dingen op zijn rug.
Oh, sorry. We're trying to get it straight down here.
Too much.
Yeah, it's not.
The halyard on a wind to pull the halyard up.
It's like olden times on Falcon, just pulling the spinnaker in on top of it.
Day 19, we've had an incredibly eventful and active day.
The spinnaker was completely twisted into an hourglass shape, which is suboptimal for sailing.
So we had a 10-minute discussion on the bow on how to solve this while it was getting wrapped more and more and more.
Which turned into a clusterfuck.
It was all hands on deck. We got it down and into the cabin.
However, we did save this man from having to go all the way up the mast.
That is a victory. Day 20, official home stretch. I'm sitting on the bow, hoping to be the first to sight land. Our ETA is early tomorrow morning. made it across the Atlantic, and now we're having our celebratory rum punch.